Como está everybody? The Last Stand tonight live. Shoutouts. Emanita Ibao, HK Kung Young Life Iska Milai Baka Chanel Love Shin to T TV. Noah Cheney, big shout out to Noah Cheney, Charles TV channel, Baya Huna in Turkey, Jazzy Raymundo, LCV vlog, Keith Francisco, Lo R, Mo, Sapira Patel, Alexander's Playlab blog, Comusta number one. Here you go. Jen Stir, Nick Jr., Angie Ju, Karen Joy Pinonis, Vin Josh, Baggett K, Beloved Freestyle Music, Moradi, Shanley Bahoya Vlog, Shana, Sarah Jane, Life Simple, Madam Lynn, Simple JD, big shout out to you. Big shout out to Zin Healy Kill K. Big shout out to also Che Casares and Che Cruz. Big shout out to Adrian Gibson. Big shout out to Roma and John. Big shout out to Kevin and Gemma. Big shout out to British expat in the Philippines. A Brit in the Philippines. Madam Ling Volga, Moon, Muggy, Gross TV, Ren's Kitchen Blog, Ronald Bowden, Clyde Seaside, Lefty all round the world, Dr. Mark Convenience Store, My Four Angels, You Wish Best, Andrea Gogo, Brinlin, Dion Vlogs, Lady Reed USA, big shout out to you. OFW, Julie G, Mata Banda, Laundry, Lenday, Lindburn, big shout out to you, Lenday, Lindburn, Bucky King, Black, Marisol, Zippico family, big shout out to you guys. Maryland's Vlogs, big shout out. Shaheen Lynn Vlogs, big shout out. Nat Veronica, big shout out. Greek FX, big shout out to you. Baby Jane, Higashi, Suzuki, Spitfire Red, Hyde, Lisa, ASMA. Big shout out to Bud Brown, Alicia's Corner, Canadian Pams, DW, Mass Mullaput 2040. Big shout out to you. Miss Lovely M's, big shout out. Jockey 551. Nick Paul, big shout out. Marvy D. Z. Franceschi channel, big shout out to you, darling. Jake Terang, Mare, big shout out to Tropical Tim in the Philippines and Wish for Wonder. Big shout out also to Mugs It's Organic. Now, Miss Mugs. Big shout out to Rake Terang, Murray, Maggie Burmoy Vlog, GE Gayola, Amy Gang, Dupcon, Boss Marco, Jen Mark, Alma Dan, Terry Espiga, Maljen Salon. Big shout out to the Macmillan family. Social distance, big shout out to you guys. Switch C, Lisa, AET, big shout out to Panay in SK Lee, Rosa's channel, OFW, Soros Pro, Stavros, my LA journey, big shout out. Erica TV vlog, Ben's Blanco remix on the move, remix on the move, sorry, remix on the move. Big shout out to you. Sabayan Tribe, Vegan Realist. Big shout out to Nico's Experience, Malou Martin, Ed Lippett. Big shout out to MJ the Flipper. My Sabo. Big shout out also to Frank Love. And big shout out to Shandora Lorena, Washington County News Station, Utah. Big shout out to you. Two old vets, Kenneth Jalos, Josh Vlog, Maricel Edlund. Big shout out. Elgin. Big shout out to Elgin. May K. Yeah. Big shout out to Kelly Nuns Filipina, Minutos, Lucina, and Soro. Big shout out also to Kathy O'Palawan. Big shout out to Minutos, Lucina, Enro, Longmires, Any Film TV, M.A. Roya, Claudia Quillingham, Temp Pomare, Nidikira Chia, Yo Sun Book TV Musical. Hello, Mr. Christopher Beecham. ¿Cómo está? How you going? It's a quiet night by the look of it. But we'll see how things go towards the end. God, my wife has used bloody, she's done her nails and shit, it's coming here. Oh, can hardly breathe. Nadia covers and vlogs. Sean Williams, big shout out. JJ Tech, also big shout out to Brett Glasgow. I see you have one bug case again. Oh, yes. Oh my God. I don't know how we're going to cope. I just wish all this would be over. Sarah Zoe, Jersey C, A vlog. I'm okay, didn't get out of bed. Oh. You mean the bed walked around and you stayed in it? We have two, we win. Huh? Okay. We only have one, you have two. Okay. Hey, Poker TV, Big Kevin No Bull. Big shout out to you guys. Uncle Arnold TV, Rosetta Unger. Big shout out to Ken Unger. Maureen, Michelle, and Ken. Vlogs. Big shout out to you. Bill Pruitt. Big shout out to Letsane, Doors, Mayo, Vlog, Bernard Garben, Robert Abina. Thank you for the likes. Much appreciated, guys. Oh, it's Tom Victoria. How are you? I'm fine. Okay, lang. Sakuna Shawa channel. Yasmin Wu, Robbie P Vlogs. They say they can't find the missing link. Yeah, I have that problem too. I know where he is. Victoria, yeah, it's called Dan Andrews. That's good, Tom Victoria. Chris Beecham saying hello to Tom Victoria. Tom Victoria hasn't said hello yet. Big shout out to Chris Beecham and big shout out to Tom Victoria. Joanne, big shout out to Super Sad Cat Ray. Anyone see that one? I was going to watch it, but it doesn't really interest me. But I thought it looked funny. So if anyone's seen it, let me know how it went. I was busy watching George Gently tonight. Puck one. I think it might be tomorrow night. It might be tomorrow night. It's all about women's bodies. Big, small. Sab G travels. Francis Atkins. Elliot travels and news. XY Superior. Big shout out. Fanboy. Big shout out. Meagle, Lazy Daisy. Rule TV, Lady JTV Show. Big shout out. Rose Kate Channel. Lucas Musa. And as I said, check these channels out. Write them down after you've seen the video or while you're watching the video. Just write the names down and go and visit 3 channels and say hello and leave a nice comment. If you want, you can check out more channels as I've read them through and just give them Lee and Carr. Check out his channel too. He's pretty good. It's actually Lee and Carr. Romalyn, Abyss, Autumn, Love, Joe, and Bernard, Andy Vlog, Bussa Studios, Michael Hayes. So what's been going on, guys? What's been happening? Mark Prue, Balindo, ugly American living in the Philippines, below average in the Philippines. Big shout out, my diary. Aileen Krill, Ace FIA1, Chai Cha, Music School of Art. Oh, there you are. It was budget night tonight. Oh, far out. Budget. Man, what are we going to do? What are we going to do with these idiots that run this country? Trust me, they aren't worth 2 bob, honestly. Is it going to benefit us or is it going to benefit the rich? None of me either, so why do I bother watching it? I don't. I just overheard it. Thanks, Tom Victoria, for giving me that update on the budget. But it doesn't really concern me, and I don't really care about the government here in this country. The US vlog, Francis Jen, Lugai, Suit TV, Wana Alfredo channel, Kulut TV, Mikey Bustos vlogs, and Ants Canada. Check them out. If you're into ants, check out Mikey Bustos' Ants Canada. It is funny and he is good. He is good. They got good Creative Monk. He's got good stuff. Mikey Bustos. Check it out and check out his Ants Canada videos. They are awesome as well. Thank you for the likes, guys. 2 likes, two in the house. Watch 9 News. The richer will get richer. Exactly, Christopher Beecham. The richer will get richer. Election by next May, yes. The only trouble is we don't know who's going to go in. So we have to keep our eyes peeled and watch and see what happens. OFW Daily Life. Clayton Wasaki. Waka Base Ashi. Clayton Waka Bay Ashi. Reynard TV. And iBad Vlog. Big shout out to you guys. Raylan Andrus. Big shout out to also Annie Sow's vlogs, and big shout out to Marilyn Kaminsky. Oh, you only watch Sky News. I try, to be honest, guys. Moore's 1963. Yay! To be honest, guys, I try not to watch the news. It's so depressing, especially what's going on in India. 3,000 cases a day, and there's burning bodies because they got nowhere to put them in. Yeah, I'm doing well, mate. Mullahs, I'm doing okay. I agree with you there, Chris. I agree with you there. Jessica Anna Raz. Big shout out to a foreigner in the Philippines, Terence and Beth, Nanoi, Batchoy, Telik, Baby, Lovely, Paulina, Jessica and James, Rowan. Wishing you all the best, guys, and I hope you're having a good night. Tony Corolla, beep beep. Hey, it's alright, I'm only having fun. Because we got cars here in Australia, they're called a Toyota Corolla, so that's why I went beep beep. Just having fun at your expense, Chris, Tony, and I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm in a good mood today, which is a first for everything. Normally 28,000 die in India every day. Yes, it's one of those things. Unfortunately, I don't. Shake my head. Latest news: if you can make it back to the Philippines, you will have to isolate there for 14 days. Oh, there you go, Christopher. If you can make it back to the Philippines. Yeah, but the trouble is, my lords, here, our government has completely indefinitely stopped us from travelling till next year. He doesn't want us to go out, and I reckon if he come back, I reckon he'd be arrested. Glenn Ortega, Madam Rai, Jessica, and Suzuki Vlog official channel, Joe Cool, Rachel Rosario, Australian farmer, Philippines, One Stop Guy, Sarah R, Mary Jane Tijano, JB in Europe, Egypt, sorry, JB in Egypt vlog. That's India. Hello, my lords. I am actually good. Oh, he did shoot nails. Oh, God, it's strong in here. I can't understand him keeping you, Scott. Eh? I understand keeping you, Scott, but I should be able to go. Yeah, I'll throw you in the boat, mate. Long paddle. I'll give you an outboard. How's that? You can pop all the way up the Australian coast. Actually, it'd be nice to have a nice yacht at the moment, moored in the bay, and just take off anywhere you like. International border could be opening next year. Yeah, I've heard that too, but I don't know when next year. Um, Tom, JB in Egypt vlog, Jack M Vegas, Dong Lang, Team Navarra, Beth, and Gwinnett vlog, JCH channel, Travelers TV, IB Ramaz vlog, GLY Daros Reyes, deal with it, Sediak Lakay, Kim Carrera Saverio, Miss Griffin Vlog, Lifestyle, Hass, Tempest, Arrow, Me Not Citizens, Maria Faye Burial, Ruby's Life in Oregon, Simply CM. Big shout out to you guys. Yeah, look, it's one of those things. I'm hoping that it'll be a lot earlier, but I can't see it at this point in time. We will finish off the shout outs later. Yeah, I can't see that happening actually, guys, till next year. Bloody hell, toilet there. It's not good being in this room. Hear all sorts of noise. I heard 321. Will it be reopened? 3021? Where do you get that news? That's different. Just a wee bit tired tonight, guys. Sorry. But all's good. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Hopefully, everything will do well. Will start opening. They've got to do something, Chris, and everybody. They're looking in Asia country government. Okay. Um, it's got to open soon. They've got to do something because they can't keep these planes sitting idle. Yeah, I totally agree with you. What was that? Yeah, she's. I think she's going now. Chris. Um, it'll be interesting. They need to do something though, Moors and Tony. They got to get and Chris and Tom. They got to get the planes back up in the air. They can't sit idle too long. As for cruises, where was it that someone said something about cruises? Was it Mexico? They reckon the cruise ships should be up and running by next year. Four in the house, 4 likes. Thanks, guys. I heard something about cruise ships needing to be started up. I think it might be around about Mexico area. Um, Heading around the Caribbean and that. So this will be interesting to say the least, whether that happens. No, I look. It's one of those things, you know. You pick up the phone. You wouldn't want to be ringing room service from your phone. You'd have to put tissue over your phone receiver. Travel some country in Asia. They're looking really. But the thing is, we can't get out at the moment. We're being locked down indefinite, apparently, until further notice, probably till next year. So it's going to be a big long haul. Hey, Brett Glasgow, Kamusta, hello, welcome. Yeah, it's going to be a big shout out to Shooting Star MS. And Joe and Jenny, and big shout out to Brett Glasgow. I would go, but I can't swim at the moment. I'd be like an anchor and I'd sink to the bottom. And then the crocodiles will just be eating the flesh off my body. So, g'day, mate. The mask done. Thank you, Koya. Much appreciated. Big shout out to Joe and Jenny. 3021, that is a very long way off. A very long way off. Fat floats. My fat? I don't think so. I can't swim anyway to save myself. Be lucky. I'd be lucky to get from here to the bloody kitchen. If it was flooded, if we were living in a low area, I'd be very, very lucky. Thank you for the likes, guys. Much appreciated. Be very lucky to get to the kitchen if this house flooded because I can't swim to save myself. Um, and yeah, that's right. Um, if if we were on a ferry in the Philippines and um, it sunk, or Thailand and it sunk, I couldn't save anyone, let alone save myself. So, and that's the honest truth. They're good, thanks, Tom. They're good. Arlene's just gone to sleep. CJ's in bed. He had kinder today. Pretty busy day because he knocked himself out. uh, all Aussie can swim before they can walk. Yeah, that's probably true, but this little black duck can't. I struggle, mate. I start to swim, and my if I'm like that and I start to swim freestyle, my body goes like this, and then I'm swimming like that. So this little fat Buddha um, needs to lose a bit of weight in the bottom area. You hide your money under the soap, Scott. We can go there. Breast, breaststroke. Yeah. Yes, the airline industry is going to suffer even more now. Uh, Scott Morrison's done what he's done, and suffer internationally, yes. Domestically, probably no. It'll probably, I don't, they're saying it's I don't know how many fly in a day. Great turnout tonight. Yeah, it is. It's not bad tonight. Thank you, Joe. And Jenny, our regards to Jenny, mate. Hope she's getting better. Hope she's feeling better. I was actually watching, having a look at some when I should have been looking at YouTube videos. I was looking at a friend of mine's thing on Facebook today. That's before I came on, but it's great to see everyone here. Morning, magando maga, como está everybody? Um, uh, it's one of that. It's like today. I couldn't do a thing today. Couldn't get out. It was too cold. So I spoke to Chris today. We had a little bit of a chat. Um, I went to talk to Roma and John, but he was busy. I think he had some other things he had to attend to, which all's good, mate. No worries. We're good. Um, which is okay. There's no stress there. Um, what what else? Um, Probably could have got off me fat cushy and went down to Bunnings and picked up the aggregate for the pond. Uh, well, it's up to Scott Morrison there, Tom. We the bigger jumbos need to be. Oh well, I can assure you they probably are getting well, at least in one way. In one good thing about it, this that they are getting serviced. Their maintenance are getting serviced. I don't know about Qantas's planes in the Mojave Desert in America, but at least our planes here in Australia, the Jetstar and that are getting. Oh, the 747s are finished. Oh, good. 8 degrees here right now, Scott. Oh, good. Good Lord. I don't know what it is here. I think it's around about probably 5 or 6 degrees here. To get back to the working man. Yes, I agree with you there, Chris. Labor really needs to um, really look after the working class man, and hopefully, when you look at it, they used to all the liberal people criticise Labor, but when you look at it, they get all the benefits. 747. Huh? Sorry, Tony. I'm just looking at. Oh, the 747s have been grounded. It's going to be interesting to see what planes. I think Qantas might have sold theirs off. It'll be interesting to see what. Forget the climate and what woke shit. Um, they've got to do something because the smaller planes can fly um, low budget airlines from here to Perth and up to Queensland and up to Darwin and across South Australia and probably all around. Well, if it's 13 degrees in Sydney, it must be around about 12 here because it is cold as anything, and we're going to get rain. Uh, Tony Blair's a cock anyway. Silly bugger. Um, if he put more emphasis in running the country rather than looking after what Queen's thing, he wasn't really that crash hot in Parliament in England, I don't think. Um, it's one of those things, I suppose, when you look at it. But as far as airlines go, I think they need to do something and get something back up. Yeah, where could we go on a mystery flight? Lady Marty, hi host and everyone. Hi Lady Marty, ¿cómo está? Thank you for coming. Um, it's interesting. It is interesting. They need to do something there, Chris, and Tony and everybody. They need to get us back. Big shout out to Aris Chavez. Thanks, Lady Marty. Much appreciated, sweetie. Aris Chavez, Avery's World. Big shout out to Lady Marty. Big shout out to Dina Roleg, Juvie's World, Avery's World, Flexi Girl JB. Big shout out to Kevin Nash's Kitchen and Lagai Aberders. No worries, Lady Marty. It's fully understandable. I know. No stress. Thank you, Lady Marty. Much appreciated. Big shout out to Judy Fisher, Mars Banker, CJ. Big shout out to you, buddy. Rebecca QB. Big shout out, sweetie. Big shout out to Tony Akubra. Big shout out to Philo in the Philippines. Big shout out to Philly in the Philippines. Big shout out to Look and Hannah Grace. Big shout out to a foreigner living in the Philippines, Lester and Chatmain. And baby Caitlin, big shout out to Brian and Maricel. And baby Charlie, a foreigner farming in the Philippines. Big shout out to it's 350. Wow. Yeah, I think I was just thinking about that today, actually, Chris and everybody. How international is going to be? Are they going to be bigger planes or are they going to be smaller planes? Are they going to be the 350 Airbuses? Still travel long distance, but not carry as many people. Is Qantas going to downsize? Is Virgin going to downsize? You look at Cebu Pacific, Zestair, Tiger Airlines, Jetstar, all small planes, and they still can get there at the same thing and same rate, same times. Are we going to be in a different low class budget planes next year? is the airlines going to buy all A350s? And the likes of Boeing and that are going to fight and contend with. Sorry about that, guys. Um, are they going to fight and contend with thing, or are they just going to drop the big planes and go with the A350s? And look, they still get there in time. But the only thing is, you've got the big Qantas jumbos that go from here to America, all international planes are grounded in Alice Springs. Yeah, and like we got Singapore, we got Zest Air, we got not Zest Air, Silk Air. I mean to say, still take the same rate of fuel as a big jumbo. I am. I think that we will find lower cost normal Qantas jumbo. Yeah, oh look, I tend to agree with you there, Mullers. I just think that they will downsize unless the government turns around and takes over the airlines until they can find someone to take them over, look after them a lot better. Um, I don't think that'll happen though. If the government did do that, they would want to make it a low cost um, thing. Is fuel going to go up one after this is all finished? Because you look at it this way, the amount of fuel that's been saved for planes haven't used it. So there's going to be barrels and barrels. Thai Airways bankrupt. Oh my God. Yeah, I think Qantas and that Lady Coach Explorer's got a premiere in 30 minutes, guys. Just letting you know. Big shout out to Lady Coach Explorers. Um, Big shout out to Rena Roberts and Mike Roberts, Micah May. Big shout out to Tom and Ruth's Philippine Adventures. Also, big shout out to Ruthie and Arthur's Adventures. Heart Jen, Chauffeur Jen, Alicia Bisio. Big shout out. It's yeah, that's interesting. That Airlines bankrupt. Shit, who would have thought? But look at it. Thailand's not a big country to go from one into another like Australia. It's only a small country. They've uh, it's going to take a little while. Do you reckon? To be honest, I don't think so. It's going to have to calm down. But I look at it this way. It's going to be a hard slog. Ooh, I didn't think. Well, that means who would take over that run to Thailand? Because Thai Airlines used to fly everywhere. Uh, yeah, I don't watch Chinese news. Um, every time I think Chinese news comes on, I think, oh, when they talk, you think, oh, yeah, I'll have a dim sim with that and some black bean sauce. Look forward to that then, Scott, as if they ain't done enough damage. Yeah, well, we were talking about that last night. I don't really want to go back to that again. What I mean, the Australian government next year could be looking at travel bubble in Asian country. Yeah, probably. Um, will it work? I don't know. You can still operate in liquidation. Well, they've got to operate in liquidation, don't they? Mullahs to get themselves out of it. So it doesn't make sense to you know, just scrap the fleet and not do anything. They got to get the planes up and fly around the world. The only way, look, the only way they can get themselves out of liquidation will be is that they drop the price of airfare. You put more bums on the seats, which will pay for diesel for the planes. And also, they've got to. I would too. I would go to Fiji before I went to New Zealand. I'm not a big fan of New Zealand. I'm not a big rap for New Zealand, to be honest. Philippine, I've got nothing against them. I'm just not a big rap for them. Philippine Airlines was Philippine Airlines was bankrupt in the early 90s. Got bailed out by Singapore. Yeah, a lot of mismanagement in Thai Airways. Yeah, well, that wouldn't surprise me either, my lose. The only way you can get out of that is drop it, drop your airfares, and um, put more bums on seats, which will pay for diesel. Probably still be paying that back. Yeah, they will be. It'll take them a while to support New Zealand because they don't support us exactly. They support China in one way. As I said, and this is my own opinion, we hadn't have followed Donald Trump down that track, um, we probably would be still have our trade deficit and dealings with China. But you know, the other thing is that if China wants to play hardball, well, the only thing that's we're exporting that to China now is iron ore. Stop iron ore, stop coal, China goes down the toilet. They need the coal to run the houses in China. And the iron ore, well, I don't know what they do with iron ore, but yeah, you sort of got to look at it this way. If they want to start doing what they're doing, we just turn around and say, well, stop. We can, I'm sure we could sell our iron ore to uh, probably the likes of India, our coal to India, um, Taiwan, Thailand. We could sort of sell Saudi Arabia, our iron ore and our coal. We could sell to. We could sell coal to Russia if they were interested in our iron ore. Um, so, if China wanted the iron ore or the coal, they'd have to buy it off Russia. And let me tell you, Russia will put their iron ore up. Oh, that's thanks. Thank you, my Liz. Thank you. Yes, iron ore is for building. Sorry, I hadn't thought about that. But then again, I'm a Victorian. Just an in joke between me and Chris. Sorry, guys. But you know, that's the only way you can stop China is stop the coal and stop the iron ore, and China will, because they need coal to fire their home buildings in the winter. And oh, look, we could sell iron ore and our coal to Japan. Why would you buy iron ore from Africa when you can buy better quality here? They want to put themselves in a hole with them. As far as I'm concerned, is it really going to hurt us in the long run? We'll just turn around and say to Japan, "You want to buy some iron ore? We got it here." Indonesia will probably buy it. I don't know what they use it for. Buildings, I suppose. Um, Building new places. Also, iron ore is used in manufacturing. Oh, okay. Thanks, Joe. Much appreciate that. I did not think about that. Big shout out to Joe and Jesse down in Georgia, and also our Mindoro Journey. And big shout out to check out the Rileys. Big shout out to POD. Wishing you all the best, mate. You and Char. Um, uh, yeah, we do. And you know why? You know who closed them down? Liberal. Because of the greenies. We need to get our people back into work. We need to get our iron ore up. Our iron ore our manufacturing back up. Because it's just you know it was easy just to send Caterpillar over to Vietnam, China, Taiwan, Thailand, to build graders and dozers and the big off highway buckets. And yeah, really, when you look at it, is it really saving us? Because we send them over there and then we get them back here anyway. Grannies, yeah, that's true. Um, you know, you sort of got to wonder why. Yeah, there used to be close to 4,000 people working at Caterpillar here in Australia before they sent over to Japan and that because it was cheaper. Not just Japan, to China, to um, Thailand because it was cheaper. They would work, and I'm not being racist. I'm not being racist one bit, but they would work for a bowl of rice to put on the table for their family. And you know, if they saw how much we got, they would start to crack the gym jams and would want to work for the same wages as what we get. CCP not buying our coal, many people in China. Yeah, well, they're still suffering in the cold. And look, if they criticise them, if they um, keep going the way they're going, uh, Australia could turn around and say, "Oh well, you don't want our this, that, and everything else." Well, we'll send our iron ore somewhere else. Japan will buy it, and let me tell you, Japan, if people knew how to, if they like those guys know how to work, and they would do it, and they would get manufacturing up, and buildings would be getting built, and see, then China would have to buy off Japan. But Japan would turn around and say, hey, hey, hold on, how much you want for this stuff? But they need to build factories back here again. They need to get manufacturing back here again. It was a joke sending them over. Exactly, Millers. It's not compatible. Um, See, our coal, if we sold that to Russia, Russia wouldn't have to dig in their own backyard. And if they did that, they would lose jobs too. Um, you look at it this way is that you're then taking the jobs out of Russian people's hands. 1.4 billion in China, we are just 25 million. If they want to attack, what are they waiting for? I don't know. I couldn't ask that. I don't. I don't think they really thinking about that, Chris. I don't think they want to wage a war. It's it would not benefit them if anyone that would be um, they. I just don't think it'd benefit China if they waged a war at all. Um, their people would suffer, um, meaning cold wise. Yeah. Australia's a big country, big, vast country. I mean, you had that discussion a while back, Chris. Um, but I keep that between us and off air, better kept off air, if you know what I mean. This would not be happy. Remember, Australia has one of the largest amount of uranium in the world. Yeah, we'll see. We could stop that too. We could stop selling uranium to China. We could stop selling uranium to America too, to be honest. Yeah, leave it back in the ground where it belongs. Um, yeah, I don't want to see a war. I really don't. Um, the amount of what's going to happen is that, technology, technically, sorry, not technology, technically, when you look at it, Second World War, America was building their defenses in Pearl Harbor to attack Germany. And then Japan came into the war. Don't worry, mate, I'd fight alongside you. I wouldn't be, you know. It, um, oh, yeah, as I was saying, America built Pearl Harbor to make it jumping off to go to Germany because they could have gone in through China and walked through to Germany that way, the back way, or flown into Germany from the lower part there around Thailand, Taiwan, and then America started building hospital bases, and um, Clark Airfield was made for the Americans to be a jumping off thing in the Philippines. But if this happens with China, if China gets in to another world war, Philippines could be a big hit for China because what do you think they're doing just outside the Spratly Islands? Um, the Philippines uh, uh, if that happened, China would look at the Philippines as being like another Pearl Harbor that Japan hit, and it wouldn't go down well. Yeah, exactly, Chris. Malus, exactly. But that's what I'm just using. This is my opinion. I'm just using my opinion. Whether I'll be right or wrong, I probably am wrong. But the Americans used uh, Pearl Harbor as a base. Hey, hot guess, kumusta? But if they still use the Philippines as a base, especially Clark Airfield, Air Force Base, you know, China could pretty well much hit that. It would not be good night, Tom. I'm fine, thank you, Heart Gasper. How are you, darling? But I don't want to see that happen. And as far as I'm concerned, if I don't want to see that happen, I really don't. I would rather send our troops to the Philippines to keep the Philippines safe. But um, there's got to be another way of uh, putting. Thanks for the likes, guys. Much appreciated. 6 in the house, 8 likes. Thank you. I just think that I was thinking about it today actually. Typo, Subic Bay, yeah. It's all right, Melissa. Um, I'm just thinking that if China came in, America would probably use the Philippines like Pearl Harbor, and that would be a big. I hope that doesn't happen. Um, if China did decide to start pushing a little bit, but then again, when you look at it, the Spratly Islands would be just nothing. China wouldn't China wouldn't be able to. The Spratly Islands would just go straight away, just be hit. One just massive big hit, and the Spratly Islands would be gone. America sent a task force to the Philippines to back up the Philippines military. Well, that's what we're going. I think, Joe, when I look at it too, we will be sending our troops from Afghanistan straight to um, the Philippines to protect the Philippine coastline from there. So I'd say pretty well much that will be what happens when our troops go out of Afghanistan and the American troops get out of Afghanistan. They'll be all stationed in the Philippines to keep China at bay. But you also got to remember Japan's not far from China too. So, I wish I was there. Sorry, Hart, I missed. Will watch your live stream after this. But, it's one of those things, guys. Just hope it don't happen. But if things do happen, I think Australia is going to redeploy troops to the Philippines. Yes, I remember that. And so did my father. Me? Yeah, I do. But I just hope it doesn't happen, guys. I really do. I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see us at war with China. There's got to be a better resolve for this to happen. Um, to stop a war. But it doesn't matter if China build a base in the Spratly Islands because it's not going to last long because it's not that big. Um, CCP has issues with. Well, they're going to do what Adolf Hitler did: put troops in Russia, put troops in England, put troops in France, put troops. Oh no, sorry, not England. Put troops in France and Europe, Italy. That's what's going to happen in China if they start doing stuff. Because, I forgot Taiwan. Okay. I don't think it's going to happen, Chris. I think it's a way, way off. Yeah. Yeah, see, Hitler, he was, when in the Second World War, had the tanks in Africa. He had all his troops in Africa, France, all over Europe, Poland. They were fighting Russia. They were fighting Poland. Germany were in Italy, Rome. They were in South Africa. And there's another thing. India don't like. India would probably, whether they like it or not, will be probably end up dragged into it. But India is not far from China. Yes, that's true, Joe. That is true. But I think when I look at it, China, if they do what Hitler did, Second World War, even Austria, um, Belgium, it wouldn't, because you look at India, they're not that far from Chinese border, just walking. And like, it would be a dysfunctioning thing for China if they did what they did, because both Germany and Russia invaded Poland. Yeah, well, that's true, they did too. I've got family in Poland. But in my book, it wouldn't benefit China to start anything because remember the Spratly Islands are only small, and I'd say where to China in your rebuttal there, Chris. China would have to come through the Philippines, through New Guinea, or through Singapore, Indonesia to get to Australia that way. No worries, Joe. You're welcome, mate. Thank you. Sleep when my eyes start hurting. All right, guys. But on that note, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think it's going to happen. But I think the eyes of the world of like America, Japan, and ourselves here down under and England. I'm not biting you right there. England and that Germany's got a big army too. If they want to get involved. Yeah. Um, exactly. Um, it's going to be a big shit fight. I know that much, but I just personally don't think. I think it'll take a while for them to come here. We will probably end up sending our troops to the Philippines to help there, um, as well as America, and it'll be a jumping off point. So, like Australia's got a lot of land and a lot of place to, you know, thing, but you gotta remember there are subs. Yeah, well, they shouldn't have. But you look at it this way: England had what they call the home people, so they got pretty big army when it comes down to it. They can reduce it, but they can also be back on call again. Hey, Adrian Gibson. There you go, mate. Kumusta? I'm going to your live tomorrow night. Be prepared. I'm coming. But anyway, enough about war. I'm sick of it. Um, it's just my theory, but uh, I don't think it'll happen. I don't think when push comes to shove, and if it did, it'll be exactly. Um, when it comes down to it, if we had to, well, I'd pick up a rifle and defend my own country if I couldn't. If I couldn't go to fight, and trust me, I would love to be stationed in the Philippines, but and I would love to fight amongst our Filipino friends against China. I really would if that came down the thing, but unfortunately, I don't think it will. So I'd be staying here to fight, and I think they'd need a home guard here because there's a lot of coastline, and yeah, there's a lot of places we can hide. Don't worry about that. And a lot of places we can put our families and keep them safe. Um, there's a lot of old, there's a lot of old gold mining sites around Australia that you can build into home bunkers. Yes, well, we've got the Air Force Base up in Darwin, so we will be looking forward to having Americans here helping and help keeping our country safe. Scratching my leg, not the middle one, but it's one of those things. Thanks, um, Adrian, for the likes. Much appreciated, mate. I wouldn't. I'd stand him up in front and say it was all his fault in the first place. He started it. But then I'd have to go and protect him because he is an Australian. No, the middle leg's not itchy. It was just the side, my side of my leg here. Yeah, well, that's a help. That's in Darwin already. Yes, in Darwin already. But we do need to, I suppose you could get the unemployed into the army and make them a home base. But the only problem is you would have to, there's certain people you would have to start to wonder whether they would fight for you if it came down to the crunch. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad. We've got, as I said, we've got plenty of outback. We've got plenty of places to hide. They should be, if anything, we should be building defences for our country here rather than um, thinking if we can't get jobs, we should be sending our armies out, our unemployed out to build bases and look, there's a lot of old mine sites that you can hide families in here undercover and plenty of bush and Exactly, Tony. Thanks for that. Aussies are always the first in when they get a call. Respect. We are building longer, longer runways so B-52s can land. Yeah, well, that'll be up around Darwin. But so we need to build into the ground, into the mountains. Um, like when you saw, what do you call it? Independence Day, the second one. We need to build like that with that many guns at the start, and you've got the runway, and the planes come off and go in underneath the mountains, and you've got all these machine guns and big cannons guarding them. We need to do that sort of thing. Anyway, guys, I am going to head off to Nine Land, and am I going to be on tomorrow night? Yeah, 12 o'clock Australia time, 10 o'clock Philippine time. Come on, we'll have a chat, relax, and have fun. Good night, all. Thank you, Adrian Gibson. Oh, actually, no, not tomorrow night. Sorry, guys, not tomorrow. No. Because I'm going to be over at Adrian's. I just remembered what I just said. Yeah, something like that. We need something like that here. Good night, Neville. Good night, Crystal Beecham. Good night, Joe and Jeannie Journey. Good night, Tony Carolla. Good night, my Lewis 1963. Good night, Adrian Gibson. Yes, I will be there tomorrow at your live stream, Adrian. So don't worry about live stream tomorrow night, guys. Saturday night, back Saturday night, um, 12 o'clock here, 10 o'clock in the Philippines. So everybody, if you want to come, we're back on live tomorrow on Saturday night, Sunday night, and then we change over to the morning on Tuesday, 10 o'clock Australia time, 8 o'clock Philippine time. Good night, Tony Carolla. Thank you for coming, guys. Thanks, Hart Gaspar. Thank you to everybody. I really do appreciate your support. And yeah, see you Saturday night, 12 o'clock Australia time, 10 o'clock Philippine time. Be there or be square. Maybe we might be able to finish off this conversation then. Mahal kita. Good night all. Thanks, Brett Glasgow. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.